Welcome to the Total Outdoors, the Yankee Cowboy. First off, I apologize for the noise. I'm down here in the shop and I run a pellet stove to heat the house. So get used to it because the next bunch of videos I'm going to be running it. So I'll try and duck it out as best I could. Another quick note, I did an update video today, earlier. Important thing I forgot to mention was I got almost 70 videos out now and I've done a pretty good mix. What I'm looking for now is if you guys have anything that you want to see, you know, you guys know what I'm capable of doing and the different kind of videos I put out. So if you want to see any specific video, I mean, feel free. This particular video I'm doing, a viewer, Strippy Cactimus, I believe it is. I hope I'm not screwing it up on you, but he had suggested when I do a knife sharpening that I use a stroke. And I used to use a straight razor. I don't anymore. I use a safety razor now. Just because I get the same shave and, you know, it's a little quicker. But he suggested using a stroke after I'm done with my Spyderco. And the stroke's just hanging around because I don't use my straight razor anymore. And this is actually a great idea. So this is what I'm talking about. The interaction, you know. He had suggested it. I said I'm going to be doing a video on it, and we're going to jump into that. Alright, first things first. We got the Spyderco out and all set up and ready. It's on the 40 degree edge side. We're not back beveling because these are already, you know, they're already pretty sharp. I'm just going to do a fine tuning. So we're going to open up our Buck Packlight Fieldmaster kit that I just did a review on this. Check that video out. I'm only going to do one right now because this one's going to achieve the best sharpening. I'm going to do them all, but this one here I want to talk about first. This is the skinning one. This is a caping knife. This has a really fine edge on it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you real quick again on this how to sharpen it up. You're going to go even strokes. Hopefully you can hear that. You can hear the stone cutting in. This is and the white ones are the fine. And here are the coarse ones. I did a sharpening video. I want to do another really good sharpening video, but bear with me on this. Normally what you'll do is you'll use these two stones to start with. They're triangular, that's why it's called the sharp maker. This is the triangular maker, they call it. It's three-sided, so what you'll do is you'll put them in. Let me show this to you the right way. You'll put them in, and see how I'm set up on the triangular edge first, this pointed edge first. What you'll normally do on a dull knife is you'll put these coarse ones in. You'll put them in as so, with the triangular side facing up. You'll run about 20 passes. And then what you'll do is you'll pop them out. You'll take these out like this and turn them. So now you're on the flat. See that now? See now it's flat here? Then you'll do 20 more passes on the flat. Then you would take them out and you'd be done. So I'm going to just pop these back in because like I said, we don't need to use the coarse one, so we're going to go with the fine. This is already razor sharp. And you'll do, I'm going to roughly do about a dozen passes here. And believe me, this thing right now, it's uncontrollably sharp. I mean, I got some hairy skin. You just touch it and the hairs pop. I mean, these hairs just pop right off as soon as you touch it. I mean, this thing is crazy sharp. But now, the other suggestion was to use a stroke. And we're going to hop into that next. I'm going to show you exactly what the stroke is going to do. Well, and I'll explain it to you. Well, first off, let me do that now before we even move the camera around. If you were to look at a razor blade or any knife under a microscope, it's actually jagged. It actually looks like this. It's a jagged edge. And now, if you're looking at this jagged edge like this, what a stroke does, the leather portion of the stroke, it brings it back in. All it's doing is realigning the metal, because the metal, you know, after you use it, it spreads out if you were to look at it under a microscope. And when you stroke it, it brings everything back in line. So that's the main thing. I did a lot of research when I was straight razor shaving, and that was the purpose of the stroke. You're not actually sharpening with the stroke. Like I said, you're realigning the blade. Under a microscope, it's going to look like this after it's dull. After you stroke it, it brings it all back in line. So we're going to set up. I'm going to show you the stroke next. Okay guys, I got the strap on the table now. Now the first part you would use is this here is it's a cloth material. It's a woven material. And what you would do first is do this side. You know, a lot of times they'll sell a paste. It's like a diamond paste you can rub on this. I don't have any. I never used the diamond paste. I used to just, you strap back and forth on this side, and then you swivel it over. This is the leather side. And how you're going to strap is the leading edge is always going to be pulling away, and then you'll flip it over and pull away this way. Flip it and pull this way. You're always pulling away from the edge. You don't want to. You're not going to cut into it. You're pulling back. You're away from it. So you pull it back like this. You want to do about 20-40 passes of strapping it. And believe me, that may seem silly, but now this thing is just, it's out of control. I should probably go upstairs, lather up my face, and do a friggin' shaving video. I mean, I'm a hairy bastard. I don't know if you can see this. It's just popping. The hairs are just popping right off. That's how sharp it gets it. Unbelievable. The Spyderco does a great job, but as I said, you know, I like the feedback, and somebody suggested this. You know, use a strap just to fine tune it, and I'm like, you know what? The strap's hanging around. I know what it can do to a blade, and this is just a finishing touch. So after the Spyderco gets it, you know, pretty damn sharp, strapping it is going to bring these blades back in alignment. Which is why you'll see the barbers go like this in between shaves. They're just realigning the blade. That's all they're doing. They're just realigning the blades, which makes you achieve a razor sharp edge. This thing's ridiculously sharp. And then, you know, if you want to do your other ones, which I'm going to end up doing them all, same thing. You strap it, you pull away from the edge. The leading edge is always pulling away. Give it a nice strap. This one's ridiculously sharp as well. I mean, these things, I tuned them all up with the Spyderco. Spyderco is just, you know, bar none, the best sharpener on the market. I did a video earlier when I was first getting started on YouTube. I don't really like the way it came out. I mean, even this one's not a fancy sharpening video, but you get the general idea. The strap was the main thing I want to point out. But again, if we were going to do a knife from scratch, let's say we're gonna sharpen my Beretta knife here. We'd go ahead, and you're going to be able to see this better on the darker one. See how it's triangular? You're going to take this triangular edge, and we're going to put these in. See that? The triangular edge is facing in. And then you'd go ahead, pulling down, and you make 20 passes. Then you take these out, not on the triangle, on the flat now, and you put the flats in, and we'll do 20 passes on the flats, and then you would switch to your fine stones, or the white ones, and you would do 20 on that as well, on the triangular edge and the flat edge. To be honest with you guys, I don't do both. I only use the triangular one. There's no need to do the flat. This thing does such a good job. There's no reason to even screw around with doing it twice. Well, 4 times would be all together. Just put your course in on the triangular side, do your 20 passes, put the white ones in, and then strap it. If you have a strap, you're going to be done. You're going to be totally set. And if you have a really bad blade, and these here are guards, in case you're interested in this. These are guards, so when you're going down, you don't cut your arm off. 40-degree edge is your standard edge. This other side here, there is another side to it. If you were to set up on this side, this is a back bevel side. This is 30 degrees. It's a steeper angle, and that's if you have a really dull blade. You'd back bevel it first, and then switch over to the 40. But yeah, if you guys got any questions on this knife sharpening, I'd love to go over it again. If you want to see anything specific, like I said, just let me know. But I thought the strap thing was a good idea, and I want to just chuck put together a quick video to show you exactly how this strap works and its properties. Like I said, one side's the cloth, you would use a diamond paste, and the other side is the leather. And what that does is it just realigns your blades. So that was a great idea. I'm glad somebody suggested that. Okay guys, questions or comments below. As always, thanks for watching The Total Outdoors with the Yankee Cowboy.